What's up, guys? Just out here sweating to death today. We got a warm day today. It's probably mid 80s. There's a slight breeze which helps out a lot, but still pretty hot. Doesn't help to have sunburn. Kind of sucks. So trying to stay out of the heat as much as I can right now. I'm just in the shade. But we're out here doing a little splitting of the wood that we cut in the previous videos. Finally got the old wood splitter going. Me and Bellhopper did. It's wet right there in that spot. It's not a leak, but it's where we spilled a little bit of oil on it, oiling up the slide, so it didn't drag and have so much friction. But we've got about an hour on it now since we've had it all together, and so far so good. We've split that probably just a little shy of an hour. Just been kind of casually splitting wood. We ain't really getting in no big hurry, but she's doing pretty good. Not bad for something that I picked up off the internet. They had been sitting for years and everything, but yeah, we ended up having to rebuild the cylinder. She's got about $70 worth of seals in her now, and she's doing quite well. Quite pleased with it. Put the old Honda GX200 6.5 horse on there, commercial series Honda. It's doing well. It's a good. Those are great engines. Can't go wrong with a Honda, that's for sure. You really can't. They start easy and they run forever, and not to mention they're super fuel efficient. I had this thing full earlier and you can't really see it, but it's hardly used any fuel in the time that I've ran it, so it's doing quite well. Probably eventually going to get her cleaned up, painted, and make it look like something. We still gonna have more things to do to it as time goes on. I got a feeling we might end up having to rebuild the pump because it's got a slight leak, but for now we ain't gonna worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna have to get some tires for it so we can pull it around, but right now she's just local. We ain't really pulling it, and when I do pull it far, I trailer it, so it's not a very big deal. But we're splitting up that yellow poplar, which is that wood all along in there, and the oak, I believe, is white oak right here with it. We're doing a mixture, just whatever I grab next in line, but we ain't even knocked a dent in it yet. We still got a lot more to go, but we just out here trying it out, seeing how it does. And so far so good, like I said. But we'll bring you along and show you something else too while I got you. Everybody's always interested in chainsaws, so I figure I'll show you what I picked up today and see what you think. First up, we got this. Top cover's cracked on it. I gotta get a top cover for it. Looks like it's got a relatively new bar on it, but it's a Husqvarna 445. 445. The guy said it was a 455, but when I got there, I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, that's not a 455. But nonetheless, still not a bad deal for it. This one actually runs, believe it or not. So that'll be a good little one for somebody local. Next up, we got what I call the cream of the crop right here. So what I really wanted out of the bunch is a 272 XP. Looks like it's all original too. Case ain't got hardly any wear on it. The decal tag's still in good shape. It's just missing a muffler. The piston and cylinder look pretty good in this old saw. I don't know if you can see down in there or not. Probably not. But that and the chain brake flag's broke, which is about standard for these things. A lot of them got broke or damaged, but still got the outside falling spike, which is pretty rare. The Chip guard still in place. Probably going to have to put a mount or two in it, I'd imagine, just because of these old saws. Got a screw missing there, but ain't nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just glad to have a complete saw. Saw right here will probably run too. I haven't tried to fire it just because it doesn't have a muffler on it, but we're gonna probably pull a muffler off one of my others and put it on there this evening and see what she does. And I might bring you back for that. We're gonna let it cool down a little while. Enjoy the Sunday. Then we got this old girl, Homelight 410. He told me that this saw ran too, but the intake boot ripped on it, so we'll have to get an intake boot for that if that's what it needs. But we'll tear it down and verify that it needs it. We might tinker with some of the stuff this evening, like I say. But this saw here's got very little wear on it too. Hardly any paint off of it, other than on the side cover and normal spots. But it's got good compression. Seems to be a solid old saw. We got this 019T. Not really a very desirable top handle saw, but solid nonetheless. I think these things got their kicks from not being so quite as easy to work on as some of the others, but a lot of the top handle saws really aren't the most enjoyable things to work on if you've ever worked on one. But this one right here runs, believe it or not. Just fired it up. But I would fire it up for you right now, but it's kind of hot. So probably gonna bring you back this evening, show you all of it. And we got some concrete saws. I believe these are TS 420s, Steels. There's 3 of them, and then a bin full of parts. We're gonna check those out too, see if we can't build one solid concrete saw out of the mess of parts that I've got. But there they are, the lineup. Just figured I'd bring you along and let you check it out, see what you think about it. Today's haul. And we're back again. Finally cooled down enough for us to get out here and do a little something. So we're gonna come out here and instead of talking about it, we're actually gonna do something. I can't stand sitting around anyway. It's just not for me. I'm not a real big indoorsy person. I love being outdoors. So as y'all already know, anytime we get the chance to be outside, we're gonna do it. And if you look overhead, we got some clouds rolling in, so we're supposed to be getting some rain. But right now, it's clear over the top of us, and so we're gonna try to make the best of it. We're gonna come out here and show you the splitter working in action and see how she does. So without further ado, here we go. We're gonna get her fired up, and we got some yellow poplar and some white oak, I believe, rounds here that we're gonna split that we cut up in the previous videos. So we'll see how she does. Get her fired up here for you. See how the old trusty Honda does. Already sweating, guys. Stuff's a workout already. And it's cooled down a lot, but it's still, this stuff right here will get you. Everybody thinks just because you got the splitter it's easy. It's still not easy work. It's, you gotta move these big rounds around, move it up. And I know my setup's not the best. This is the first day trying it, just kind of trial and error. I cut all this wood up and I figured since I wasn't doing anything today really, to come up here and split and pretty much give the splitter a trial run, see how it did since we fixed it. So far so good. That's probably got an hour and a half worth of run time on it. It's not bad for something that, like I say, probably got $300 or a little more in it. So I don't consider that to be too bad, especially something that's been sitting for as long as the splitter had been. I put the motor on. It was a motor that I had, or engine, excuse me. Engine is the technical term for that. But we also rebuilt the cylinder on it and got that squared away. We got some few odds and ends to get squared away on it, but so far we've split a decent little pile of wood with it. There's a mixture of the white oak and I think there's actually some red oak in there too. White oak, red oak, and I think yellow poplars. Yellow poplar is the dominant in the pile, as you can tell. But so far so good. It's doing quite well. I'm quite pleased with it. Thanks to Bellhopper. Shout out to Bellhopper for helping me get it squared away. I know it wasn't really an easy project to do, especially considering the cylinder. Rebuilding the cylinder was a little bit of a pain, but we did manage to get her squared away, so that's what's important. So if you get the chance, thank Bellhopper. I appreciate him. He's a heck of a guy. Bellhopper's he really is. He's a great fella. There ain't nobody else like Bellhopper. Y'all know that. But anyway, we're gonna stop this off here and get back to doing a little more. I got some other things I'm gonna show y'all later, so stay tuned. Over and out.